Ooh. All right. Welcome back to the Uintah Basement. I'm your host, the Mighty Quinn. Yeah. In the middle of nowhere land out here in the armpit of Utah, right, Angel?
That's right, dude. Hey, what
Yeah.
is that? I come from.
My uncles did it. I think it's the Cheetos guy. Well, they stole it.
The Chetos guy, dude?
Yeah, the Chester Cheetah. He was doing it through the 80s and 90s, but my uncles used to do it back in the early 80s. And
Yeah.
every time they'd be like, "Oh, this is your Uncle Jed." Yeah. I just picked up on
Well, don't do it anymore. It's annoying.
it. Bullshit.
I'm just kidding.
Signature series there.
What's up, dude?
Not a lot. How are you? I'd like to welcome Angel Cervera from the other side of the Beehive, or what did you called it? Not open on Sundays. What you guys started out as?
Oh, we never started with that. It was one of the names that we had uh picked up for the final product, but there was a few that was open on Sundays. There was because obviously we're from Utah, we're from Salt Lake, so it was like missionary podcast, a missionary style podcast, or something like that. But I came up with the other side of the beehive, and I brought it up to that white guy, and he was like, "That's it, dude." He was like, "That's it, dude," and I think it sums it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great name, great signature on that.
That's
I
what I
mean,
that's what I keep hearing. Great name and great logo.
yeah, I get a
Or,
lot of
or,
people. I wear your
or
sticker on my hard hat. Oh shit, yeah, there's a good tat,
I
brand
know,
new.
right? Everything is backwards here, so I don't know how.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, that's the other side of the beehive. It's backwards,
that's
isn't
right.
it?
I'm wearing the shirt, dude. See what I'm saying?
I love it. The
Wearing the
mighty
shirt, the matching
Quinn.
hat. I mean, if I stand up, I'm not wearing anything but a condom here. But I got the shirt and I got the hat going, so we're good.
There'll be some dry humping going on at
Oh
least, huh?
yeah, it's like, what if I? Can you imagine if I'm wearing like a thong and I'm like, oh, let me show you something. I just turn
Let me
around,
show.
show you my ass.
Well, does that defeat the Zoom terms, or
The
this is
what?
the Zoom terms? I mean, this is not OnlyFans.
No. People, this would be a Patreon. People will have to pay for this.
Yeah, it'd be
I mean,
sexual.
I'm wearing flip flops. If anybody's interested, let me know. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a foot thing. I love it.
You obviously you record from your dungeon over there. Do you record on flip flops? You
I
do.
got flip flops on right now.
That's disgusting.
It's
That's
80
disgusting.
degrees outside.
That's disgusting. I know. Yo, what a nice day.
Hell yeah! And you had to work.
I know it sucks, dude. Sunday after I mean we've been in winter since 1993, but
Yeah.
Sunday I got up and I went to have breakfast with mother and coming back I wanted to get this I wanted to get the bike started.
Oh yeah.
That, yeah, that didn't work. Battery's dead, so now I gotta get another one. And then
Charge
when I
it.
went back, I went to some groceries and I was like, oh, it's so nice of a day. I want to see if Brian wants to just, do whatever, go hang out, or
Heck
even
yeah.
just going, even if it's just going outside of the house, smoke a cigar. When our cigars are probably like stale at this point that I brought from Mexico. And I never put them on my box and pause. That sounded gross, but
Oh, the humidor
yeah, the humidor, yeah, that's what probably all dry
in
and
the
shit.
box.
But yeah, so I came in and I'm so excited. It was such a nice of a day. Actually, before I even thought of that, I was like, "Oh, it's so nice of a day. I want to go and watch the work truck, right?
Uh huh.
Because my partner happens to be my boss, and I got to put a good word for myself. So I went, I watched the truck, and it was such a nice day. And I'm like, "Oh, I wonder if Brian wants to do something." And then I get here, and well, he was taking a nap. It was like
Oh yeah.
30 in the afternoon. I'm like, "What are we doing here?"
That's
And
what
then
we do on
and then
lazy
later
days.
on, I saw him like around 8 o'clock at night. And he's like, "What's up?" And then he has the audacity to ask me, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "Well, I wanted to hang out. They're like taking a nap and shit." But that was fun.
Working from home, man.
Yeah,
How's that work?
I don't know how people do it. I will be so distracted, and mind you, I'm in the office, his office, and he's got, I kid you not, one, two, three, four, five, six monitors. There's a laptop behind my laptop. There's a laptop right next to my laptop. There's a closed laptop on the other side of my laptop. I mean, I don't know. This guy works for ICE. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but
And if you look really closely, there is a picture in your bathroom, Angel.
there's a camera in
It's
there.
like a camera sitting there. It's like, holy shit, it's right on the pisser.
There's one that
At least you sit down to pee.
is making money out of my gooch. He's making
He's got his OnlyFans.
he has one in he has one in the garage. And when I asked him, I'm like, what's that for? He was like, well, that's because you know how those, and I get it because I used to have a house with a garage and a garage door and all that stuff. So when every now and then I would take off, and even though you know for a fact that you close the door, I had to stop in the middle of the road, back up, and just to make sure, because back when I had the house, most of my most valuable stuff was in my garage. You know, my locker with all my Harley stuff, my Harley, my tools. So I had to go back. So now he's like, instead of me coming back, I could just look at the camera and spin it and see if the door is open.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you go in the garage, the camera picks you up and it just follows you wherever you go.
Well, and it sends an alert to his phone as well.
Yeah,
and he's like,
I know. And
what
so now, like,
what are you doing, Angel?
and now, yeah, and now I'm like, well, he says he can't. He says he can't talk to me, and that one is like separated from everything that this. I mean, this house has like Pentagon fucking security system, and he says that was like a off market, off brand kind of thing. So he's just there to see the thing, and but it follows me, and like every now and then I throw garbage out, and like the thing is following me from when I walk into the garage door that hits, you know, that goes into the kitchen all the way to the one outside. Like it's following me. I'm like flipping off the camera the whole time.
You're like, I don't know if he's fucking watching me.
Like, this is your fault. This is you should be doing it. But no, he says he can't. It's not to spy on anybody. It's just to make sure the garage door is open.
Yeah.
So
no, I think it could be cool to an extent, but I had family members that had it in their house.
Yeah.
And they could turn on record. So if you were talking behind their back, they could hear you. And you're like, that's fucked up.
I wish I could tell a story about that, but yeah, no, I hear exactly what you're saying.
Like, fuck, don't say anything over here. Go, let's go outside.
I might tell you off air, but yeah, something like that happened about a few months ago. That was funny when I heard about it. I was like, damn. But
so you survived the big snow.
Yeah, I haven't worked constantly since November.
No, it's been horrible.
So November, and then one of the things that kind of helped me is that Justin say you should take these lessons. I mean, this training basically, and it's more of a. It's more of like one of those things that is a nice thing to have on your resume when you have a title of this training, whatever that you took related to machines and stuff like that, which is very nice to know. And so that helped me out a little bit. And then in and out because of the weather. And then when was it? March, I think I worked 2 weeks, and then I did this training again for like, it was supposed to be a whole week, and we could only do 2 days because of the snow and the rain. And then I try to go back to work, and then the next day that I go back to work is like, oh, it's raining, so we're gonna call it off. And then the snow last Monday and Tuesday. I mean, my boss was like, hey, you want to just pick it up on Monday? And I was like, I guess
whatever. At this point, yeah, it's
so
like
wet, but it's so wet. I called it my last girlfriend, but it's actually drying off, so that's a good thing. And yesterday was a good day. Today was a good day.
Yes. So. This is my last day off. Tomorrow I have to go back 8 days.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And then you're gonna move here in the valley, which will be nice.
No, I'm not gonna move down there. You're gonna get that real estate.
What are you doing so far away?
I have my space. I mean, I've got 2.5 acres here that I
What's that?
live
That
on.
dungeon you're recording in? This is my only my safe space.
This is my man cave. This is where I get to escape from my reality, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, it works. You still have that badass table there, I see, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I fully build it. It's my pride and joy. It is, you build things and you think that podcasting off this would be great, but sometimes couching, like a big casting couch, would be the way to go.
I mean, I've seen those. Those are sure.
Yeah, I know where you've seen them.
I can see. I really want to see what your wife thinks about
Yeah, you're like, honey, I bought a black leather couch
that.
and some more cameras.
So how come that one looks better than the ones we have in the house?
Yeah, what happens in the podcast room stays in the podcast room.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yo, so obviously I'm not familiar with all this Zoom and stuff. Can you hear me well? Is there
Yeah, it sounds great. You
there
got
weird
a
noises? Is there
sexy,
feedback? Is there
sexy
a
voice.
lady mowing in the back? What so if you hear any of that, you let me know.
Yeah. Occasionally you can hear a dog bark in the background here. There's neighbor dogs.
Oh
Or
yeah.
or my
I thought you were
dog.
gonna say here. I'm like, okay. I don't have a
Yeah, we
dog.
got one barking right now, but most of the time the roadcaster just takes care of it. So
Dude, I just have you heard speaking of roads, this is gonna bore the people, by the way.
mhm.
Have you heard uh about the I don't know if you sent it to me one time about the Rode microphones that are wireless.
Yes, I was looking at them today.
So you know how we just did the April Fool's takeover with the
Uh-huh.
like OGs.
Uh-huh.
So we did a skit at the beginning and the we used those for a
Yeah.
microphone. I had it in my shirt. And then I'm like, I wonder how good they work for like a regular podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like for skits, I can see it. You know, you put them on and then you don't need them for like another whatever.
Yeah. They last an hour and a half.
Yeah, but like for a podcast, for an episode of a podcast that is like a little over an at least for us is a little over an hour every time. It's like
Same.
it's more of a is it worth it? Is it because it's nice? Like I mean, you've been on the podcast. Is we don't have any headphones. We try to make it as chill as we can.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's the next step because it's more of a now we don't even need a
Yeah.
microphone.
Yeah.
You literally
Heck yeah.
just click it
Nobody's
on
hitting
and
it.
have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Now, do you record your tracks separately
No,
into
not
one?
anymore. It's one. My camera actually has the XLR mic hookups in it.
Yeah.
So I've got like a backup. So it's actually recording the Zoom because the
Mhm.
computer won't, because the roadcaster won't recognize your voice on Zoom.
Huh.
So it's kind of a pain in the ass, but yeah. I actually you have to record and then it compresses and you have to put it into an MP4 format to put it back out on your own recording. So
Mm.
but the camera doesn't, and the camera's running. It's over here. It's got
Is
my
it?
ear. But it records all the volume, but that's a Zoom camera. That's for podcasting.
Yeah.
And so you guys are operating like two cameras now, aren't
Two,
you?
two what?
You got two cameras running now?
No. So that's the plan for the future to get another camera like the one I have. But no, I think you're talking about so where when the OGs came in, shout out to the young OG perspective, they
Yep.
came out with their own cameras and we're literally talking about I think they have one, two, three cameras going, plus they
Uh-huh.
have their photographer in there taking photos
Oh, so they got
and,
somebody
and
running them.
switching cameras around and stuff like that. So yeah, and they also have their little microphones for the skits. I mean, those guys are. I mean, Justin hates when I say it, but those guys are like hashtag goals when it comes to equipment.
Yeah.
But they're more than it's just like they say. They do more like they document it, like important events and stuff like that. They do they're videographers,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
guys, photographers and stuff. So they have to have all that stuff, which is I mean, when I see him, I'm always like, hey, I was
That's
like,
cool shit.
right
Yeah.
in front of Justin, I was like, so, Londo, I was like, so that camera you brought, how much? And he's like, this much. I was like,
Yeah, our
Hey, so you're like, oh,
podcasting
that's
budget's
two of
not that.
mine.
My budget's not there either. I'm still on the
I know. I'm
old,
like, oh, that's two of my cameras. But
yeah, the old
you know,
microphones.
you do with what you can. The problem with me is, and Justin will tell you more of this is, I like to put out good quality stuff. Do I need the stuff that I need that I have? Probably not.
Yeah,
I mean, some of our peers record with their phones and they record with like an old soundboard, or if I can remember right, and they do their content every week. It's just me. I ever since we started this, I was more like, oh, what's that guy? What camera is that? And what's he using? And then it's like, hey, do you have a link for that camera? And then I saved it, and it was like, I mean,
oh yeah, I hear you.
it's like those microphones, those M7s, the Shure's M7s or whatever. I was like,
Yeah,
obviously, all of my podcasting heroes have it, but it's like $400 a microphone. So you're like,
yeah. You look at it
I
and you're
better
going,
slow down a little bit.
yeah. And then when you buy one, everybody's looking at you like, why are you such an
Yeah.
asshole over there with a good mic?
And
I
you know,
sound really good.
and if I buy one, I have to have one for Justin, because I
Yeah,
having two. That's another thing that bugs me. Having two different things like on camera that don't match. Oh, it drives me nuts.
yeah.
But that's just whatever. Anyway, we just lost all the listeners by talking about podcasting. But
Oh no, some people are interested. Well, I've actually the last guest we had on here starting his own podcast down there in the city, and
okay.
it's the Next Peak
Huh.
podcast, but it's going to be more of a business kind of related
Yeah,
podcast. So I actually told him that there's some guys out there that are pretty good at the business thing. I'm not the one that's going to sit and talk numbers. It's not my thing, but
yeah.
we might talk a few stories and a little be funny, but yeah. But he came in and he wanted to check it out. He traveled clear from the Wasatch Front. And I
Mhm.
mean, he used to live here years ago, but he traveled out here and he was scared shitless to come on the pod. And you're like, we're just friends. We're
I know.
just doing it. And I've been there. I've been in the same situation going on your guys' podcast. I was like,
I know you were so nervous
yeah, I was like,
when you
oh.
left, Justin. I was like, did he pee on the couch? The fuck is wet. And then the second time you came back with you were with Cody.
Yes. Yeah.
Where's that pussy?
He's probably sitting at his house watching his 72-inch screen,
Oh
big
yeah,
screen TV, watching golf. That's what
golf.
he loves golf.
Oh, golf.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a weirdo all the way around.
Yeah, I love it.
Fuck this Cody knows.
Uh,
Remember that way back in the day?
yeah, the fuck. I still hashtag him if he's ever on any of the podcasts, like No Trespassing or this one. I hashtag him. The fuck Cody knows. Whether he likes it or not. He's one of those though, no matter what I post on social media,
Yeah,
he's not there. You're like, hey, I posted. Share it.
yeah.
Keep us rolling. Keep us rolling. And nothing. So you're like, oh, I'm on my own. So I'll keep posting shit. You're like, I gotta keep doing this to get the numbers up, on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you get some guests that'll bring in huge numbers and then ones that you think that'd be great and they don't get as many numbers. So
Hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And there's sometimes there's some people that they want to come to the podcast, and they're like, whether they're fighters or um artists or whatever, and then you do the thing and you're like, oh, you're not gonna share it, you're not gonna spread
oh,
the
I
word
don't do
here.
social
So,
media. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing on my
yeah,
podcast?
I know. It's such a crazy thing to think that we're kind of at the this depends so much on social media to
It
me.
does.
To me at least. I mean, I don't know. I know that uh I know there for a minute. I mean, I haven't catch up with their podcast in a while, and I'm embarrassed to say, but the Beans and Rise, they were like, oh, we're
Yeah.
done with social media, but I'm like, oh, I thought that's what this is all about. But they're killing the game. I don't know how they do it. I wish I knew. But they're
Yeah.
killing they're
Has to be
killing
on their
the
Instagram.
game.
I don't think they're on Facebook. I think they're on Instagram though.
Yeah. So well, you are on Facebook. I just got hacked on Facebook.
I saw that. That
And then
sucks.
the next day, I I got a the same thing from my mother, or like 2 days after that. The
She
same. So you know that message
clicked
that I
on it too.
so you got it from me, quote
Yeah,
unquote me.
but I didn't click on it because what it asks you to usually do is log
Put
into
your login.
Facebook, yeah, log in,
Yeah, yeah,
and then that's when it nails you on it. And I don't know what the hell they're looking for, but I've
yeah,
caught on because it's happened twice to me.
yeah, yeah. I got it. So I got it 2 days prior, or I got it from a friend that I used to work with at Company One, 2 days prior, and then I got it, and I was like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, 2 days after that, my mom, like, I got it from my mom, and I was like, "Mom, you just got hacked." And my mom is like, obviously my mom.
Yeah, look who's
So
dead, and you're
what
like,
do I do? I was like, just leave it alone for like a couple of days.
I went
It'll
through
go away.
I went through and told everybody on my messenger, don't open this, don't open this,
But
don't
that's the
open
thing,
this.
though. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me reply on Messenger. So
Oh,
the people who I didn't have their number, or like some people had to reply on Snapchat, some people had to reply on text, like people that have their numbers. So it's like I, I think I think Mariah also sent me a thing. Did you just get hacked? And I'm like, yeah. And so that was that was all text because
he's like, I was wondering why I was getting these dick pics.
yeah, I was like, oh no, those are mine.
Those are
not
real.
my
Those are
not my
real.
dick though.
I use
Hey,
Brian's.
we're taking the Uintah basement back to the old game, dude. When it was raw. In fact, let me open my butt light here. It's
Your Bud
like
Light, your Coors.
this is Diet Coke, people.
Diet Coke for you.
That's right.
Yeah,
How
I'm
much you
drinking.
drink?
I'm
How much you
drinking.
drink?
I'm drinking a Michelob Ultra
Yeah,
right
well, how
now.
much do you drink a day on your day
Um,
off?
on a day off, oh, I'll probably drink 6 pack plus.
Because this is an intervention right here.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna stop you from drinking. I got all your entire family. Come on in, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, I've been
You're
waiting
like,
for
wait, I'm
this.
alone.
You're like, holy shit! Intervention.
Dude, so also let's let the people know you have been borderline scheduled to be on the podcast for the last
Oh
two
yeah,
months. And the weather keeps saying it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
yeah. It's coming.
That's
This is
crazy.
it.
You have any plans of being here anytime soon?
Let's see. I got to work 8 days, and then the next day's off. It's too far out. I gotta pre-plan, see
Yeah,
where
yeah,
we're
yeah.
sitting. I know we're gonna have to
You
go.
still got family here, right?
Yes.
So you got family here and your wife got family here.
Um, my
Or is the same?
I got family there. My wife has a couple nieces down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's family. Last time I checked.
Yeah, yeah, and they're close family, so that they love their aunt. So I mean, when it comes down to it, I told them if we go down, this is how it works out. We're going to go down, and we're going to stop, and you guys are going to drive me to the other side of the Beehive, and we're going to do some recording, and then I there's so many people that have asked me to come out there and actually record with them, and I was like, man, I'm just putting everybody off. But you guys are first priority on my
Hell
list.
yeah.
Yeah, Beans and Rice, they're out there too. I've got to check those guys out and meet them. I've met one of them, I think, at the bar named Sue at the fights once,
Okay.
but I
So
think they're going to
the
roast
ugly
the
one or the
shit
good
out of
looking
me.
one? I'm just kidding.
I, I can't remember which one. I think they were both there.
I think so. Yeah. But now there's four of them, but two of them. The one that's I want to say the one who started it. They were there.
Okay, and he split off. One of them split off, and he's doing two of them.
Um,
Is it Jose?
I know. I don't know if Jose is the one who's doing one. I think Javi, which is one of the producers, I think he's starting his own project, which I also want to check, but I haven't been able to.
Same, same.
But I know he's got one, and they also have some different projects. They're doing something now with I don't know if they're just listening to music or they're reviewing music or something like that. I haven't even checked it out. I was like, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I'm so, like, I see the things on the Instagram, and I'm like, I am so far behind. It's not even funny, but
Yeah, that unemployment shit, man. You got to sleep in and have a good time.
that's crazy to know that I'm like, oh, the only time that I listen to podcasts is when I'm at work. When I say
Same.
that, I go, that doesn't sound good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, that's how I am. It's not like I'm going to put it on loudspeaker and everybody's going to listen to the other
I
side.
know
They're like, what
exactly.
the fuck are you
And
listening to?
yeah. And yeah, same here. Like I'm not gonna wear headphones out of the house. I'm like, oh, it's annoying.
Mowing the lawn and listen to you and Justin jamming.
The Justin. I'm trying to get that sucker into the local MMA fights.
I see that. You're trying to promote him. Nobody's catching yet, huh?
I know. There's been a couple. The late talk posted it once, and they tagged the right people on it too, and I was like, yes, but I don't know. I told him, I'm like, dude, I've been going for this even more than you have. I just
Yeah.
hope that whenever you get the call, you're not gonna be like, well, I'm going to the dunes.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to make this happen.
He just needs to go in and do some recording and
It
see
just
where.
blows my mind, dude. The knowledge that this guy has.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even know our podcast the way he knows MMA.
I know.
He's been doing ours for 4 years.
There's a lot of
But
work behind
the
all of
way
it.
he knows the UFC, man, is just crazy.
That's crazy to me.
I'm like, dude, you should have your own show. You should. I actually brought to him a couple ideas that I had for him to do that stuff, because it so happens that every time we talk about the fights, by the time the episode comes out, the fights are over.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta get better. We gotta get better with timing. If we know what's gonna happen on Saturday, we gotta talk on, you know, two Fridays prior to that Saturday. So
Yeah. I don't dare to do a live. Of course, we end up doing some music or somebody sings something, and then YouTube would shut you completely down. So I mean,
yeah.
a live thing would be fun, but
Well, you don't
then
want to do a live with
distracted.
Justin, because I mean with Cody, because he might show his genitals or something, like like we know he would.
I could
Um,
go live with the other two. They one broadcast live. So
dude, I have a friend that for our 200 episode gave me a calendar of the podcast related, and it was picture of Justin and I, and then some of our guests and stuff like that.
then
Well,
nothing but boobs, right?
no, but like podcast, like all of the guests that we've had, right? And and I think it was either March or it's April this month. As soon as I as soon as I folded the page for the month, it's you holding boner, uh, and Cody with his just
This get out.
all the way here, showing his big old gut, and I'm like, dude, this motherfucker.
I had no
Supposed to
idea
come
he
out
was
in a
even
picture
doing
like
that when you guys took the picture. I was like, holy shit.
I know, because I took the picture. I'm like, are you sure? He goes, yeah. I go, okay. Well, this is gonna go everywhere. Well, that's up to you, man.
He don't care. That's
Yeah,
Cody.
you don't care. He's a trip.
So you still low carbon?
No, right now I'm doing the intermittent fasting. I
Oh
call it.
yeah.
We're from Utah, so I call it intermountain fasting.
Mountains.
Uh, so yeah, so I basically eat once a day, and it worked out for me before. I'm seeing my hat backwards, like crooked, but then it's
Yeah.
backwards how I want to move it, so it's driving me nuts. But anyway, um, yeah, so basically I just eat once a day, which is not bad. I mean, I got you get used to it, which is weird.
Yeah.
But also when I'm not at work, it's the worst, because you're at home,
Yeah.
you're not doing
And then
anything.
when you
You're
get
like you're just like, I could literally get in my truck and go get McDonald's, go get hot and ready, go get uh anything, and
yeah.
you're just like, I just gotta wait, I just gotta wait, and there's like how many hours? It's like 4 hours. I'm like, Jesus. But then I finished. That's why I finished Breaking Bad. You watch Breaking Bad?
Twice. Twice I went through it.
I
It
don't know
was
about twice though. I don't know about twice.
it took me a little bit and I was like, I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch it again. It is the best
Yeah.
series that I've ever watched.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Did the brother-in-law, did he annoy the shit out of you?
Oh yeah,
I was just
guys,
like, oh, get this
typical
fat
cop.
out of here.
Typical cop always
Typical
using
cop.
yeah, always putting his nose in where it didn't need to be.
Typical DEA. What well bring me up to speed. What have you have any more guests on this? Or you only have guests on the other one?
No, we've had a few guests on here. We've done the
Anybody I know?
Skinwalker Ranch. We've had the security from him. We've had a lot
Anybody
of,
I no I remember those. Anybody
uh,
that I
not necessarily anybody you've known, mostly local people.
yeah.
We're trying to let people come in here and tell their story and of the area. And so, I mean, it gets back into some of the past and some
Mm-hmm.
humbling, but, we do have a great time. We get a lot of listeners that actually are from here that want to, and people that are reaching out from, that used to live here.
Mm-hmm.
They listen to us as well. So I mean, they've
Nice.
connected with social media and got back to the Uintah basement. Yep,
Nice.
yep,
I
yep.
don't know why anybody will go back, but
It's a cold son of a bitch, but it's starting to
dude,
get warm though.
I was there for 2 months. I'm like, I'm good. 4 degrees my first day there, -4. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, dude.
yeah.
No.
You got to
And
get
in fact,
a strong heart, man.
there
That's
was a
all I
point
can
in
say.
time. There was a point in time, and you should know this because I asked you, and it's all over my podcast of how stupid I sounded. But Justin was like, you want to go to Elko to work?" And I was like, and then I heard how cold it is, and I was like, "No, dude." I was like, "I don't think so."
No,
How come this time here says that I got seven
we
seven
got
minutes?
7 minutes to sum this up because you get 45 minutes on free Zoom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you do Teams, then it's unlimited, but they want you to upgrade, and it's like $12.99 a month. And I was
How
like,
dare you? You
I
bring me over here and you only gave me for 45
so
minutes? You know
talk
how much shit
fast.
I got to talk?
Do you got anything new coming up?
New as in what? On the
Um,
pod?
yeah, how's you and Dre doing?
Dre?
Yeah.
I don't know that guy anymore. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just saw him last weekend. We every time there's fights, he gets to play. And I went and I saw him. And which it was funny you say this because the because we haven't done Dre Espanol in so long. And he there was this other guy there who is actually related to the local MMA fights. He's the guy that gets to announce the fight inside of the
Yeah.
ring,
Yeah.
inside of the octagon. And and uh and he came up and he's like, I've been talking to him for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and he goes, "Do you look familiar?" Like he's telling me, I was like, "Don't I know you?" And I'm like, I don't think so. It's like first time I've seen you. Like, I know
Yeah.
who you are, but it's the first time I meet you.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "No, you look familiar." And it took him like 5 minutes. Like he was just like you can see that he was trying, like his gears were turning. He was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then he goes, "Wait, hold on." And he stops and he goes, he looks at me, looks at Dre, looks back at me, and he goes, "Weren't you teaching him Spanish?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." And he goes, "Oh my God." I said, "That's where I know you from." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing, the Dre Espanol, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Which that was funny. But that's Dre, I go there. I hang out with him, and it's always fun because as soon as I walk in, either he buys beer or I buy beer, or
Yeah.
we're like we're boys, right? So we're like,
Hell
hey,
yeah.
put out of my tab, put out of my tab, just that kind of friendship, and then we watch the fights together, and we're all talking shit, and we're enjoying the fights, and as a true friend, every time he steps up on stage and starts playing, I leave because I've seen it before. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't need to be there every day.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to spend all night
Like
out.
Brian. Brian's like, what are you gonna do this weekend? I'm like, I don't know, laundry. He goes, the fuck? Like, what am I gonna do? Come to the club. I'm like, Brian, I've been seeing you play for 20 plus years, bro. It's like Jesus.
You need to change it
How
up,
many times?
dude.
But not only that, like 2 weeks ago, I was there. I was there Friday and Saturday, and I was like, I don't know how you do this, man. And the weekend prior to that, it was San Fatty's, and I was there Friday, or I went out Friday, got wasted, and I went Saturday, and I got drunk too. And I was like, I said, Brian, I don't know how you do this, man. I have no idea how you do this.
Yeah.
Anything is an achievement. He's like, right? Yeah. I'm like, that's not what this is going, but I hear your point. What do you got? You got anything new coming?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. We got a few guests coming up. I'm booked out for the next 3 weeks, and they're all local guests here, businesses and stuff like that that we're trying to just promote,
Yeah.
make them feel good.
Yeah, we started this new thing on the pod. It's called the buzz, which is basically whatever's popping out on the news here and there, and calling it the buzz. The buzz was kind of it was Jack's our producer, our in-house producer.
Uh-huh.
It was his idea, and it's why don't we just call it the buzz? And I was like, I think it makes total sense. We're the bees.
Yeah.
So, and then he also does the thumbnails, which every single person that I talk to, man, I'm like, dude, those are fucking hilarious. You guys are, bumped it up a little bit with that stuff.
It
So it's
looks
like,
good. It looks way
yeah,
good.
but yeah, he does a good job, and he's also a web designer. So if anybody wants to, you know, start a website, hit up my guy, Jack Berger Designs. You can go to the Beehive, and he's all over the place there. So,
Okay.
but yeah, um, and I just wait for you to come back, and we'll do an episode, and we'll get drunk.
Stumble around, sleep on the couch.
And we'll figure out how to make it back home. It's St. Patrick's Day. I ended up sleeping in the studio. I got so wasted,
Really?
so wasted. I Uber
Dude.
back home with my group, and then everybody was like, "All right, where else are we gonna go?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm just gonna go and grab my stuff and leave."
Yeah.
And then I went back upstairs and I turned the light off and I passed out. And it's like it's not me anymore. It's not me.
Oh, I hate staying up late. I hate going to the bar, to be honest with you.
It depends though. Like I say it as a joke, oh, when Dre goes out to play, I leave. But it's like if there's more of the boys there, obviously I'll stay and I hang out. But if
Uh-huh.
it's just me, I hate, because that's one thing that Brian wanted me to do. He wanted me to go see him and just be on stage with him and just be like the classic fucking guy who's like,
Yeah.
I have
Shit's
nothing to
good.
do, and I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
like I'm not playing a part in this whole night, and I'm just holding my alcohol, and I'm like a loser. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that, dude. And so I don't do that for Trey either. I'm like, as soon as he goes, if there's no one to hang out with, I'm like, I'm out of here, dude. He goes, all
Yeah.
right, it's it. So
We wouldn't
no
have to do
brainer,
this.
dude. Who do you
Yeah.
who do you have there? Who do you have there? Cody?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't even know about drums.
I've got a good job. I work hard for my money.
So you better keep him right. I get it, man.
Yeah,
Get
it
it.
works out for me. It works out for my family. My whole family's living here. My parents are here. It's too hard to uproot and go down there. I did that for a few years. I
Yeah.
went down there and I don't mind the city. It's fast paced anymore, but I do like coming home and not having to deal with anything. You know what I mean?
So you're 88 out?
8 in, 6 out. I work every Wednesday, and
Isn't that,
then
isn't that hard to plan on things though?
it is we get used to it. And I think
But like, what if it was like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, both of your parents are still with us.
uh-huh.
What if it was like your mom's birthday or whatever, and then you're like, oh, it's my day of working. Are you not gonna go?
It happens. It happens quite a bit.
I
There's a
can
lot.
basically just say, yep,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go.
No, I got to work. If they let
Yeah,
me
yeah,
off early, they let me off early. Sometimes they're really good with hey, I got this going, this going. They're like, you put your time in. You
yeah.
get out of here. Get out of here early. And you
Are
go
you,
home and it works out good.
is that one kid still work there?
Yeah. He got he got a good deal. Let's just say that. It takes
Yeah.
a lot of years to get into a position like I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
And we pretty much took him from FedEx.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he was working after Canyon.
Yeah.
And he went to work for um, FedEx, and then we called him and gave him a job pigging. And I mean, within 3 months, he was operating with us because bigger companies don't want to put themselves on the line by hiring uh, a lot of employees anymore. It's easier to hire a third party contractor.
Hmm.
So then
But
if
you guys
like,
can, as it happened here, you guys can decide who stays and who goes, right?
yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Hmm.
And old CJ, he's a good hand.
Is
He
it?
works hard. He jumps right in, and he was somebody that was not hard to train. I mean, he's still got years and years to go. There's a lot of things he cannot do yet, but he's walking right into it and doing good. So
Is this because of certification wise, or I mean, how come he can't do it? Just because he hasn't put the time in?
no, physically he can do it, but mentally, you don't have it all. I still don't have it all. I've been in that industry for a long time, and you still have to put two heads together sometimes. And
Yeah.
I mean, because those are big facilities. It's like your truck when the check engine light comes on, you got to diagnose that. So in the middle of
Okay.
the night, I'll get a text message that says this and this went down. So you have it on your mind until you get out there, and then it might be something different, and you
Yeah.
have to troubleshoot it. So you have to keep your mind running all the time. And granted, most of the time you're half asleep when you get called out in the middle of the night. So,
Yeah.
but that
Hmm.
oil field relies on us. We are the heart. So that's why I work that 8 and 6. But the 6 is great, but it doesn't work around a lot of people's schedules.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I do have I've had for the longest time. I've had a good uh, hook for the mine. I have a
Yeah.
friend. There's a friend of a friend that has been working there for I don't know, close to 20 years maybe.
Yeah.
And and every time I see him, I ask him, and he's like, "Dude, just do it." But it's the days and graveyards. I'm like, I know that by the time I'm 102 years old, I'm gonna be, retire with no worries whatsoever. But I don't know, dude. This, I just, I don't know. I don't think like that. Also, due to decisions that I made in my life with not having kids and not having all that stuff, like I don't like things that should be important to me, like the 401k and all that stuff. I just go, nah, whatever. You
Oh, I got you. See, and
know what I mean? So it's like,
that's what I'm relying on right now is that
yeah.
portion of the retirement. I've been putting into retirement since I was 19. So now I'm 47. It's like, damn, I need to start making sure that that thing's ready to go here in the next
Ready
few
to
years.
go. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just things like that. It just, I mean, right now I go to work and when and same thing at work, like I don't need to be doing 60, 70 plus hours. I'm like, no, dude, I'm good with, you know,
Yeah.
Monday to Friday. Like I don't need. I mean, I know I sound like an asshole, but I don't. I like that time off. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I
Or
don't
what?
like,
Sometimes I don't even do anything, but I know that I don't have to wake up early. I know I don't have to worry about things. I know that it's just I don't know. It's just I live simple life, dude, in a bunch of shoes.
well, look where you came from. I
What does
I've
that
been down
mean? What do you mean, us people?
the us people.
Dude, it's so crazy. I have friends back home that were brainiacs and they were like the top-notch students, and now they're like they see me when I go, and I'm just like I'm spreading oil, dude. And these guys are like, what? It was like I'm like, oh, you guys don't. I mean, you're a lawyer. He's like, yeah, but I don't have that. I was like, well,
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you, bud.
Nah,
But
what a laid back life though. I mean, you get down to the Yucatan and
oh, dude.
I love it. I mean, it's just laid back, but it's a piece that you need to get away from here, you know?
After not being back for so many years, I went back to I mean September and January, but it felt like Same year. It was so good. I went to the same spot, no kids, all included. I was like, dude, this is good, man. And even we were actually thinking, should we stay another day? It's kind of like
I
fuck
love
around.
it.
But I was like, nah, I better get back to work. And I mean, because I'm not rich, but I'm not poor, but I'm also not rich. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, let's just get back to make some money.
Yeah, we've wiped the middle class out. It's either we make the richer richer and the poorer poorer. We're just
Yeah, for
that
sure.
guy that's like, all right, we think we're living fat on the hog. I got a camp trailer and
You know
side
what?
by
You
side.
need a motorcycle, dude.
Yeah,
That's what you need.
yeah, that'll get me right. I probably should get one, but that put me right back in the hospital or something like
What do you mean?
that. I'm just too
Oh, dude.
crazy.
But are you a speed demon or what?
No, I've actually slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah.
That and company trucks have GPSs in the damn things anymore. So you just like they're watching me.
Dude, we got these new cameras at work, and they can see us.
Uh-huh.
They literally can just pop in or whatever. And like, he's got the Justice got this story on the podcast when they were watching me drive,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, it's so weird. It's not that. It's not as creepy as it sounds. Like, oh, they're just spying on us or anything. It's just obviously, as long as you don't do anything illegal, then it's you're fine. But like the camera is like pointing at me and also pointing
Oh
outside
yeah.
the truck, and it's like he can know. I mean, he knows when I have a vehicle in front of me, when there's a stop sign, when there's a red light. I mean, he catches everything. Like if I don't do this for the seatbelt, it'll start recording, and he only records a few seconds, so it's not like it records the whole time.
Yeah.
It's I mean I get it. I get why, but it's
Oh,
also
it's
like,
so insurance was such
I
a
swear I'm driving and I'm like, I go turn around, I go, and I'm like, oh, and I go, I
I just
wonder,
wave at them.
I
How
wonder
you
if they
doing?
just saw me farting.
Wasn't me.
And then
I
I'm driving
promise
like
it was
this.
him.
And then I'm
It was
driving
him.
like this.
Oh, come on. You got to be the guy that actually likes your own farts.
And
It's
then,
like, that's pretty
not in the truck.
good. That's pretty good.
Apparently, like if I look if the camera sense that I'm like distracted or like looking down from my phone or whatever, it starts recording. So I
Yeah.
just make sure nowadays I make sure I make sure I text people. I'm gonna start driving, and then it's just let me be until I get to where I'm supposed to go. But
Yeah.
it's crazy because you have to. If somebody calls, the first thing I want to do is who's calling.
And you're out in the city, and I'll tell you what, even out here in the country, I've drove off the road quite a bit. Texting, it's like, good hell. And your bosses, they don't care.
Yeah,
They say they care, but when it comes down to it, it's like, oh yeah, yeah. Pull over and talk to me right now. But most of the time, they're driving down the road too.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get used to, but I try not to pay attention. I try not my driving to the camera, but also now I see me in my personal truck doing like the rules that you do for
Yes,
how
same
you like
here.
you're supposed to have like your distance. You're supposed to like
Yeah.
look at your mirrors the whole time. So now I'm like driving and I'm like frantic. I'm like, am I doing this right? And I'm like, oh, this is my personal truck. I can fart. You know what I mean?
Just crank them out.
But
Hell,
then I went and got my dreads done on
oh, they look good.
in thank you, sir. Thank you. I went to get them done. Oh, and the barber too. I went to get I went to get them done on Saturday, and it's in Ogden.
Uh huh.
And after the shitty weather week that we had last week, there was so many bikes out on the freeway, and I was like, oh man, so good. See, me
Oh
on the other
man.
side, I gotta ride more.
Yes, you do.
I say that every year, but
It's in your blood, man.
this time was kind of rough because I didn't have my bike with me. My bike is in my mother's house.
Oh,
But now, but now, so Brian is moving into another house that he bought from his grandma. Grandma passed away, and he took over the house.
uh huh.
He'll be leaving this house, and obviously, I give Brian a lot of shit, but he's giving me a killer deal, which is this is a big ass house,
Yeah.
and what I'm gonna be paying for is nothing close to what you'd be paying for this house on the regular. You know what I mean?
So you're taking it from him.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm renting it.
wonderful.
I'm not buying it. I'm renting it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's more of a how about you just you just pay what I was paying. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. He's like, if it comes to be you, I don't care about making money. Just pay my mortgage. So I was like, done.
Oh yeah. With all
So
those cameras, OnlyFans is getting started
oh, dude,
now.
you know it, dude. You know it. I'm gonna bring some escorts here. I'm gonna turn all these cameras on.
Casting couch. He'll be podcasting from
Casting
the
couch. I gotta buy
basement.
me a couch, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. This is so funny. One time he told me there was gonna be a camera in the kitchen because he had some people come in and work inside of the house, and they stole like a PlayStation
Yeah.
like a couple years ago or something.
Wow.
And he was like, "I think I'm gonna put one in the kitchen." And I go, well, I'm like, what do you mean? He said, why? Just in case. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't
Yeah,
need
no
a
shit.
right out of the house. You see the side of it, you see the back, the front, and even the back of the side. But sometimes it's nice. I can see my truck, and I start it from my phone,
Uh-huh.
and I can see like my work truck. I started
Oh,
from my
hell yeah.
phone, and I can see it on my personal phone that it starts. And
And the neighbor's wife. Well, she's in there.
dude, you know what? Brian is surrounded by a bunch of what's this show that the oh, I'm drawing a blank here. What's that show with the four old ladies? What was?
Oh, Gold Girls.
Yeah, he's surrounded by golden girls everywhere,
Thank
dude.
you for being my friend.
Yeah, everywhere, dude. In fact, the next door neighbor, I think, like sometimes we order so much shoes. She sees that there's nobody in the house, and she will go and grab the package and take him home and text Brian and say, just so you know, I got your package.
Well, at least they're looking after you,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, yeah. Because wait, he got some stuff stolen.
Yeah.
It's in the camera too. This car parked right behind it,
That's
right behind
shitty.
my work truck, and this lady kind of like doo 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 just walked by, went to the front door, just
How
snagged.
shitty.
I think it was like vitamins or something. Boom,
Yeah.
she fucking took it. And then they stole out of my work truck too. I won't say what because it's under investigation.
Investigation.
But they stole some shit out of my work truck too, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, damn.
All I have is it's a video.
You could steal that motherfucking shovel out of the back. That fucking thing makes me work.
I know, dude. It's like I
Just
know.
why
There's
didn't you
so
steal the shovel?
they
Fuck.
stole. You know what? They were planned. They were planned. I mean, they had a plan. They came in. They literally just. I had an older truck, so you can just open the tailgate. It
Yeah.
didn't lock like this one does.
Yeah.
So, but it was two of them. The stuff that they took needed two people to get it lift, and they took it. And the assholes, as they took off, they honked. Beep, beep, kind of like saying thank you.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
off.
I'm like you fucking dickless.
Fucking
It's just
dicks.
they pull up. It took him less than 30 seconds. I
Oh,
think both of them just grabbed one side, put it in their car,
who
closed
would
my. At least they were nice. They closed my tailgate. They closed their trunk. Got in there. They were probably like, "Hey, you want to go get a burger?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they go beep beep, and then they took off.
fuck? Who would have thought that the mail had turned into what it is now? I mean,
Oh, dude, it is so crazy. Does that
you
happen
said
to you there? Not really, huh? Everybody knows each other there.
I do have a ring camera on my house, but you question what we end up with is the neighbor stuff once in a while, and then you have to go and talk to the neighbor, and you're like, "Hey, I got your shit," and then you feel bad because you're
Vibrating.
actually, I got this. Apparently, is this yours? God, it had already had batteries in it. It's a microphone. How much does Angel spend on shoes a month?
Oh, you know what? It all depends. It all depends on. There's shoes coming out every day. There's shoes coming out every day
Yeah,
from one to four pairs every day, right?
yeah,
But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just like one pair a month, or one pair every 2 weeks. So there's sometimes I click on it like, oh, notify me for this pair, but it's coming out in like 2 weeks. So I was like, I don't just. I mean, I have a list on another app, I have a list of the ones that I could just go and buy. But it's
Yeah.
not like I had somebody. We were in a meeting the other day, and one of them was looking at my shoes, and one of the guys that I work with, and he's like, "Oh, I can see who's making the big bucks." And I was like, I look at my shoes, I'm like, "How much do you think these shoes are?" He was like, "I don't know, $300." I'm like, "Not even close, dude." And then I
Yeah.
went to my app and I look it up, and I'm like, $120, dude. Look. He goes, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I'm not spending crazy. I mean, I'm spending money like as how many times I do it, but it's not like I'm spending 300, 400, $500 every time I buy a pair. That's insane.
It's your hobby, man.
And yeah, and another thing, going back to the decisions that I made in life, like I'm literally a 4-year-old virgin, and
Harry
I
back.
go
Harry
and I
back.
go and I go I have little to no responsibilities. You know what I mean? I go buy groceries, and I kid you not, every time I pay, I was like, oh, let's see how much this is, and it's like $40. I was like, oh,
Oh shit. That's good for a week. Yeah.
oh, that's nice. I can do it all day.
Yeah, you don't have to buy all the snacks and all the other crap.
Well, yeah, exactly. Especially being on a diet. I mean, I'm the one that
Yeah,
I
I
eat
can see that.
as much trash as I want to.
Yeah.
If sometimes I'm not dieting or whatever, and I'm like Sunday comes around, I'm like, oh, I'm going to the Mexican store and buying all the Mexican chips that I can use that you can't find at
Yeah.
this.
Did you get the ones with the plum pulp? Did you ever put plum pulp in your Doritos?
What is that?
Uh, I've just had it when I was down in Mexico. You buy like Doritos, and
Mm-hmm.
then they sell like a wet plum. I want to say plum. Maybe it's not down there, but you pour it on it, and it it's good. I mean, it's kind of like having tahine on it.
Okay, like a wet tahine kind of thing.
Yeah,
What do you mean a plum? Like a fruit?
yeah. It was just a plum packet that came with the Doritos. It was stuck to it one time. Like you mix this in, and I was like, okay, let's do that. Let's try it.
Is it like a ketchup package? No.
Yeah, yeah, but it was clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's usually like Valentina or Cholula or something like that.
Yeah, this one was plum. It was a sweeter thing that went on
Oh, really?
the hot. Yeah,
What you
the
got this at Yucatan? Where'd you get it
it
at?
wasn't the Yucatan. This is down the Baja, and so your cuisines are so much different from
Oh, yeah,
mainland
yeah,
to the Yucatan to even the Baja. You know.
yeah. Dude, but I just went to this store yesterday, and I was with a friend, and they wanted to get the fruit that has like the tahini and the lime and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know a place, and we went to that place, and then I got me the esquites, the esquites,
Uh huh.
like just the corn with
Yeah.
like cheese and tahini and everything. And then as I'm eating this, and then I see the chips that I like, and I'm seeing everything in there has like Takis and Valentina or the Cholula and the spicy and the salty, and I'm like, well, no wonder why my heart is destroyed, because everything that I've been eating since I was a little girl, it's fucking up my heart. And
Yeah.
now
You go,
and,
fuck
and
it.
now and now that I miss all that stuff, and I'm like, now I just can't have it. And it's crazy. Do you still have the heart medication?
I do. I take it at about 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
If I take it at 2 in the morning, then I get that extra sleep you want to sleep in because my body wakes up like at 4 o'clock and it's like, boom. Other daylight savings that we just went on, that really sucked. I haven't adjusted.
Why? So you take it so early so it lets you sleep?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'll wake up early in the morning and I can't sleep. So at 2 in the morning is like when I wake up. So I
Yeah,
could get up, take a piss, and
yeah.
then I go and take a couple of those pills, and then I go back to bed. And then I don't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like, oh shit. But
What's your what? So okay, let's be honest here. What's your heart rate?
my heart rate, it's
Yeah.
usually in the 80s.
Well,
It,
not heart rate. Your pressure.
well, my blood pressure
Yeah.
is it's usually around 135 over 90, 92.
Oh shit, dude! I checked mine on March 23rd.
Uh-huh.
135 over 92.
Oh shit. Yeah, so
Mine
we're
is
about the same. It's something that we should worry about, but I think there's worse cases. I've been with guys that they're like, "Hey, relax, sir, relax."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they drink like three rock stars in the morning and all day they're smoking cigarettes, chewing and eating shitty.
Yeah, that dude is so funny you said that. That blows my mind. How
Yeah.
people can just go like, "Oh, I'm gonna do all the nicotine,
I'm going to do
all
a
the
line of
alcohol,
coke
all
and
the spices, all the salty shit," and meanwhile their heart's just like, "I'm good here, bro."
I'm good, buddy.
Me, I go and take a deuce the wrong way, and my blood pressure just
Yeah, you
goes
can feel a heart.
higher.
Boom, 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 boom. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I was like, what? All I'm doing is sitting down. Oh, dude, it's such a pain in the ass.
I
But
hate it. And it was actually really depressing to me. And the funny thing about Utah is I told the doctor, this is pretty depressing. He says, do you need some drugs for that? And I was like, no.
oh,
I was telling you that having high blood pressure depresses the
I didn't know
fuck
it was
out of
that
me.
easy.
Yeah. And he's like, he was ready to prescribe. I mean, you're like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what I need, some antidepressants. Like,
You need some downers, bud.
and some downers,
You need some
bro.
downers. It sees your face. It's like, oh, this guy's definitely on something.
Sometimes I just wonder if they're trying to make money off us. That's the new segment that I'm working on in this podcast right here. Is every week I want to do like a simple conspiracy theory that just
Yeah.
blows people's mind. I mean, like
Shout
red
out to that.
worms.
Shout out to that. What's the band's name?
Uh, oh, conspiracy theory high or conspiracy highway. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it
yeah. Shout out Donnie. She'll be
is. Shout
listening to
out.
this one. she's she tore her Achilles tendon, and so she's had surgery. She's been out for 3 weeks now. We got her back last week, but she was in pain while she was here, and I was like, I can't keep doing that to her. So
Yeah, I wonder if that's what I got. The when last time that I was playing soccer, indoor soccer, I hurt myself today to see if I still feel, but then I couldn't walk for a while. I just like I it was just so painful, and every time I took a wrong step, it was like back to
oh man.
square one, and I was like, oh shit. And then I remember I totally forgot that I had it, and I was going to the gym a few weeks ago, and
Uh-huh.
I looked at the court and it was empty, and the basketballs were there, and I was like, oh, it's been a while since I shot some hoops, so then I
Yeah.
go in there play some basketball, and same thing, just the little bit that I'm running and I'm grabbing the ball and then I'm jumping, and then it is my Achilles.
Oh.
It just went like, hey, I'm still here, and I go, oh, what the
No,
fuck?
yeah.
And then the next day is like, oh, I can't walk again. I was like, what is wrong with me, dude? Getting old sucks, dude.
Oh, I agree. I my right knee right now, and I'm calling it the knee, but it's the top of the calf, the
Yeah.
tendon that goes into the knee. Yeah, I tore that in October, carrying an elk, and I fell down a hill and totally stressed my feet. Instead of falling on the rocks, I used my body to kind of do a leg press back up, and I felt that sucker just hurt. And then I didn't think about it anything. And then all at once, I bent down and tried to get on my knees, and I was like, "Oh, that hurts." But
Yeah.
I'm too stubborn to go get it looked at. I don't want to miss work.
I know, dude. It sucks, man. When I have my appointments, I usually go like whether it's the cardiologist or the dentist. The dentist, I usually go, hey, give me your Friday one, the latest you can.
Yeah.
Because at least I've worked 3/4 and some change of the day,
Uh huh.
and I can just say, yo, peace out. I have you know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha.
I have a thing. Or when it comes to the cardiologist, it's give me on Friday the earliest one you can, and it's like, oh, we got it at 8:30, and I was like, done. That way I get it done first thing in the morning, and then I got the rest of the day to go to work or whatever.
Yeah.
But it sucks, dude. It's just like I was never the kind of guy that's like, oh, I have a doctor's appointment, or I have this, I have that. But I came to realize I kind of have to take care of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it gets to a point where you're like, okay, am I the healthiest? Not.
No,
I
I could
should.
do better.
Yeah, exactly. And it also is mind blowing because it's all up to us.
It
So
is.
if the fact that we have high blood pressure is because of us. High
Yeah.
blood pressure. That should be our band.
I'm with high blood pressure. Thank you. Thank you very
I'm the
much.
drummer of high blood pressure. Which
Hey,
is we
there.
all get it. We all get on stage and we have like our oxygen tanks and shit. We get our masks on.
It's like I'm oxygen deprived.
You just like sing one verse and just sit there and go. Just take some deep breaths. That's right, dude.
Dude, how's the drama on Aaron Rodgers?
Dude, so everything that I keep hearing is, oh, one step closer to be a Jet, one step closer to be a Jet, but he hasn't said anything on
No,
his social media. And then every time that I keep googling it, it's like the latest news is like a month ago, and I was like,
yeah.
well, this is not. It's not
The,
telling me anything. I
this
still have
morning,
that. I still have uh, that hope that he comes back and stays. But
yeah. Well, he's practicing with one of the Jets receivers right now. That's this morning's news.
see, I don't even know that.
But that
What
doesn't
about
mean
what
anything.
about the what's the latest on the 49ers? Who do you guys have?
We got Trey Lance and we got Brock Purdy still. Brock Purdy is coming back with a bionic arm. So Trey
Who's
Lance
this
and him.
Lance?
Trey Lance was a first round draft pick that was supposed to be the best in the NFL, and he got hurt and then got hurt after he got healed up. And we haven't even seen him on the field. And I think the 49ers are going to use him as leverage to trade. That's what
Mm.
my feelings are.
Do you
I'd
think they'll
like,
stay with Purdy?
yeah, they're going to stay with Purdy. They said the manager says that he's got the winning job right now,
Mm.
but yeah, we'll see what happens out of that. Boy, we're already running out of another time.
Dude. Dude, when it's so funny. I've always said it. When you podcast with podcasters,
Yeah.
it's it's another level, dude. Like when we sit down with all the podcasting homies that come down to the Beehive and we just talk, we're like, obviously, when you podcast in person, then we don't have this, but this just let me know, hey, you guys have been talking forever. Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
we podcast and
Dumbass.
we're like, hey, how long have we been running? It's like 2 hours. Like, Jesus.
You're boring everybody now. God damn.
I don't think do you hate? Do you get any hate mail? Any hate critics or?
No, usually the people that I know will actually physically text me.
I've been
Say,
bitching about it every week, and I don't think you ever bring it out.
no. Usually people will text me and tell me that was wrong, and I'll be like, okay, well, I'll stand corrected on that. And
Oh, really?
so, yeah, I mean, we're a podcast. I don't know all the facts. I'm not sitting reading the dictionary or the encyclopedias or sitting on the internet all the time. So,
You know who's been doing that shit to me lately? It's Brian. Because every now and then every now and then Brian listens,
mhm.
and I blame Justin on this and I mentioned it on the last episode because Justin was like, it's this woke generation or whatever the hell he says. He's been saying it for a few episodes now, and I'm like, yo, you need to fucking just back up with the woke shit. And this is not who we are. And then I come home and I get to hear it from Brian, like, hey, you guys are like talking about. I was like, yeah, just shut up, dude. If you don't like it, don't listen. I can't please everybody, and the best thing about it is that we know who we are. We know that we don't get into politics, and I mean the last episode says otherwise, but usually we don't. And just like how I get comments of like, dude, you guys are funny, you guys are this, you guys are that. I get like Brian, you're like, I'm like, it is what it is, man. I'm having a conversation with Justin.
Yeah,
And
we're just having fun.
it's just having fun.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you assholes, but I
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But
And if his kids don't like me, then so be it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's been so long. I've been coming over for so many years, and I've known him for so long, and his kids are just like, Nah, dude, you'll never be one of us. All right, man. Chill,
Oh,
chill.
some kids are like that. Some kids latch right on you. I've been fortunate. Everybody likes me, but
Or so they tell you. Wait until I
uh,
hang up.
the nieces were not big fans of me when they were kids, and when
Who
we go
says?
around them now, my wife's nieces,
Uh-huh.
um, uh, they'd cry when they'd see me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, come
Like
on!"
but they cry like they're terrified.
Yeah, they were terrified of me. I was like, "I love it," but
And the worst thing about it is like these girls are in their 30s. No, I'm just kidding.
one's getting close.
Well,
One's
what do you
about
mean they cry? I thought you were talking about babies.
when they were babies.
Oh, okay.
Now they love the Uncle Quinn out there.
Uncle Q, Uncle Quinstopher.
The old Quinstopher. Yeah.
So
um
how are you recording? So are you recording both shows a week?
no, no trespassings every other week.
Oh, okay.
Just so everybody can group up. There's 4 people on that one, and I'll tell you what, it's very hard to keep people grouped up, even every
Really?
other week. Yeah, just schedules. Um, and same with this one. This one's a struggle to get everybody on the same page to have
Yeah.
a proper time. I'd like to say we're recording on Fridays. We're recording on Thursdays at 7 o'clock every time.
But you
But
also can't say that because your schedule also changes.
yeah, my schedule changes, and so I have to push it. And then at nights I can do things if I'm not on call, you
Okay.
know. And that
But are you're not doing you don't like the solos anymore, huh?
I haven't sat down and done one. I thought about doing it this week, and then I thought, you know what? I'll see what Angel's do.
Yeah, anytime, man. Let me be a regular. I'll do this whenever you want, man.
Yeah, this is fun. This
It's
is
just
definitely
fun.
fun.
It's fun to catch up. I literally haven't talked to you. I mean, other than text, I literally haven't talked to you since. I mean, when was the last time you told me you were coming? Was it February or something
Yeah, it
like
was
that?
in February.
Yeah, you were like, and then we're like, oh, dude, let me know and we'll plan something. This is like the last time we talked on the phone.
Yeah.
And then now we're just catching
Well,
up. No,
you
I
guys
love it.
need
This is awesome.
you guys need to break down during the week and say, yeah, all right, come on down, accommodate to Quinn.
I know, dude. I know.
I'll be down there.
I've mentioned it. I've mentioned it to this white guy that I do a podcast with. I'm like, dude, how cool would it be if we just literally just go to Queen and do an episode of his podcast
Oh yeah.
and go shooting like we did like I did last time and
Well, that was fun.
go rob a bank. Who cares? We don't live there. And he's like, yeah, dude, we should, but
Yeah.
he's a family man.
Same here. Same here. And that's what restricts me a little bit from
Yeah, but
running around.
your kids are not 5 and 10.
No, no, but I've got to make everything
You're
work out.
trying to
I've got to make everything work out too. You ought to
tiptoeing
be a
around it.
grandpa. You got to be a grandpa, and you still got to be a dad, even
Oh,
though your
that's
kids are
right.
grown up. Yeah,
Does Grandpa still gets in the bathtub every day
yeah,
or the hot tub?
yeah. I do when I'm
Really?
working. When I'm working tomorrow morning, I will be in the hot tub. Treated it tonight.
What time?
I'll be in there around 4:35 ish.
Jesus, Christopher.
Yeah, it's like my
Why don't you just watch porn like the rest of us?
it's my morning brew. Maybe I watch it in there.
Oh, that I think about it is the perfect time to do
Yeah. Except
it.
you don't ever screen or you hook the mirroring. Don't ever do
Yeah.
the mirroring. You're like, why is the sound not working on this? Then you go in the house and you're like, oh fuck.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get somebody who does OnlyFans on the pod.
Oh hell yeah.
I don't
Hell
have
yeah.
anybody I mean, I think I know a
No
couple.
Becca Hayes anymore, huh?
No, Becca's, she talks to me. She lets me
She's
know
a trippy hippie.
she's another trippy hippie. And now she has a boyfriend, so now she's all about up in the clouds and stuff. So good for
Yeah.
her.
Yep.
But no, I last time I saw her was for our 200 episode.
Uh-huh.
She came down and
That's
she
awesome.
I asked her to ask her friend, her best friend is a pilot.
Uh-huh.
I'm dying to have her on the show.
Oh,
and
cool.
and she gave me this. Oh, I told her, but she's not interested. But I'll let her know. I was like, yeah, whatever. Not, I'm still waiting, but I kind of want to. I want to have a. I mean, I guess I'll have her even if she comes with Becca. Who cares?
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
last time I went to Mexico, I had like some scary things on the plane, and I was like, ooh.
Ooh.
And now I kind of want to know what the inside is. You know, obviously, I don't want to put any company into like a jeopardy or anything. Say, "Well, talk shit about it." I just want to know, hey, this is what they told us on the microphone. Is that for real? Is that a
Yeah.
normal thing? Because they
Yeah.
literally told us one of our engines won't stay running.
Oh,
And I was
shit.
like, oh,
Yeah.
and I was like, so when do we get out of here? I was like, you want to just get us another one?
Oh,
And they were like,
man.
no, we're gonna look at it. I was like, look at it. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
But
no shit.
and I really want to know, like, yo, this is what they told us. Is that a normal thing? Because the guy played it like, we just got a little bit of problems here on the engine, and then we're gonna figure it out, and then we'll get on the way. It's like, okay, what if we don't figure it out? Then what?
Yeah, no kidding.
And then you take off the entire time. You're freaking out. Like, what if obviously once you take off, they say the most dangerous time is take it off and landing. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
well, we made it.
All right, Angel, where can we find you?
You can catch me at Angel Cervera on Instagram, Angel Cervera on Facebook. That's my last name, Cervera. You can also catch me at the other side of the Beehive podcast, or the other side of the Beehive on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I used to do a thing called No Hablo de Español with our man Dre. You can catch that on No Hablo de Español on YouTube and also Spanish Laughs on Instagram for the small clips.
I love it. You can find us at the Uintah Basement. This is episode 127. Thanks for being with us, Angel.
Yep. Love you guys. Keep up,
Love
keep
you.
up the good work.
Thank
Love you,
you.
Quinn.
Love you, buddy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, we're still here.
Oh, nice.
I ended it.
You did?
Yeah.